I've been suffering from depression, so I'm going to try and make more videos again. I'm going to try and come back. I'm going to be more active on social media. I'm going to try and recover my Twitter account with appeals, and if it doesn't work, I'll just make a new one. Right? Okay. And I got falsely reported by stalking feminists, and I got banned for saying that child abusers deserve to die, which is actually not incitement of violence. Saying a criminal group deserves to die is not incitement to violence, right? There's lots of people in prison who deserve to die, but it doesn't mean advocate violence against them. Like, for example, serial killers who get attacked in prison, they shouldn't be attacked in prison, even though they deserve it, right? Just because something deserves to happen to someone doesn't mean it should. It's not the same thing. So I said, child abusers deserve to die, right? In response to a feminist saying, "Oh, boys should be sexually assaulted," right? And I got banned by Twitter, right? I got falsely reported. That really demotivated me. Okay, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and get that Twitter account back. Anyway, I've just been watching various channels. Right, most of them are right wing channels. A lot of them are coke channels. A lot of them are low IQ. These right wing channels. The framing of the issue of anti-feminism is really, really atrocious. Okay, really atrocious. The framing is really bad, and I just want to deconstruct the bad framing. So I'm not on my computer right now, I'm on my phone, so I can't screen share. But there's this RomaniannTVee video. That's the name of the YouTube channel. RomaniannTVee, spelled TVEE, right? And he talks about feminists wanting to jail men until men can prove they're not dangerous, which is just typical dog whistles calling to take men's rights away. And the thing is, feminists say extreme things and they shift it over to home window and they get away with it and it just emboldens them. So they don't get all men jailed, but they strip away men's rights bit by bit and get more men jailed and take away due process rights. Right? That's what happens. So anyway, RomaniannTVee was talking about it, and he had a typical bad right wing framing. Right? He was talking about. He went on this like weird spiel about women needing men and men protecting women, and in the past it was the husband who protected women in the household, which is retarded. Because what he's doing, he's talking about, in the past the state didn't used to do things. It was the nuclear family, which is retarded, because the nuclear family wasn't a thing in the past, right? Okay. The default was big extended families, farming, right? Agriculture, peasants. That was the vast majority of people, and they didn't live in nuclear families. And it wasn't just the husbands protecting the women; it was the whole community, protecting the community from the outsiders and troublemakers and criminals, right? That's how it works, okay? And before the police force, when the authorities had the power to like draft people temporarily and get them to take part in arresting people and putting a stop to trouble, basically, right? Like a short-term militia. This is what people don't realise. Like these delusional people want to turn the clock back. But anyway, he went on this like random spiel about that because he's a nuclear family fetishist, the whole right wingers. He's talking about the issue. He's at least calling them feminists, and he seems shocked about how bad these feminists are. He's saying, "Oh, don't these feminists realise that when they talk about jailing old men, they're talking about their own sons?" And he doesn't realise that these feminists don't care. These feminists would jail their own sons. They'll kill their own sons. They'll abuse them. They'll neglect them. And you can still love someone and abuse it, right? You can psychopaths can still love the kitten or love the puppy and still kick it every now and again, right? They still feel affection for someone and still abuse it. They still be sadistic. It's the same with a lot of parents. They can still love their children and still be sadistic and abuse them, right? Physically and emotionally. Anyway, RomaniannTVee wasn't the worst thing about this channel. It was actually the commenters. So I'm just going to sum up what some of the commenters said. So a lot of them talked about who were the real danger to women, who the real men need to be locked up. So these feminist women are talking about men all needing to be locked up and proving they're not dangerous. And instead of like getting angry at the feminist women, they talk about immigrant men. No, they're the real dangerous ones. They're the ones that need to be locked up because they're right wingers and they're low IQ and they're racists. Unfortunately, this is how many anti-feminists actually are because they're stupid. They're self-sabotaging. So instead of rejecting threat narrative out of hand, they say, no, we're the good men, lock these men up instead. Okay? And there's other commenters that are just cope comments saying, it'd be funny when they lock up all the men, society will collapse. So first of all, if women were like, feminist women actually managed to lock up loads of men, they wouldn't lock up all men, they'll just lock up all the men they don't like, and they'll keep all the useful men around and keep the society ticking. And I've noticed this collapse porn obsession that's part of the male psychology, and it's even in the anti-war movement, right? Like, oh, the American empire's dying, the American empire's going to collapse. It's very common there as well. It's very common in anti-feminists. Oh, society's going to collapse. It's not going to collapse. Stop with that low IQ cope. You're stuck in low IQ emotional thinking, right? Okay. Right wingers are dumb. I'm sorry to be condescending, but you deserve it. We'll be right wingers. Right wingers. Society is miserable because of you lot. You make society miserable. You're the main ones to blame, right? So you got your bad right wing ideas, and you don't even push back against feminists correctly. You actually, and also you're feminists anyway. You're feminists yourselves. You don't push back against them correctly, and you're feminists in all the ways that count. So it's not like, oh, right wingers got bad ideas, but they could do this and this and this to compensate, like left wingers. Left wingers, they're mostly feminists and do lots of bad things, but they got better economic ideas, and they'll run society far better than the right, actually. And the problem with the left is that they're actually right wingers anyway. So, but anyway, at least left wing ideas have got some merit to them. Right wing ideas have got zero merit to them, right? You kind of, if right wingers were a successful anti-feminists, I could actually hold my nose and ally with them because I don't agree with your economics, right? Okay, you're low IQ, you're dumb, you don't know history, but at least you're fighting against feminists correctly, effectively, but you're not. So you offer nothing. You offer nothing, unfortunately. I hate to say it. There's right wingers who actually fight against feminists effectively. Okay, I retract my statement. You're doing a good job. But I don't know any. I literally don't know any. I hardly know any at all. If you know any examples, point them out to me. But anyway, I'm going to start making proper videos again, over and out.